There is a reason why your twin flame blocks you again and again. There is a reason why he says he will not come to the date 1 minute before you agreed to meet. There is a reason why he is doing what he is doing and what is upsetting you again and again. There is a reason why you feel not good with your twin flame and you still love them. There is a reason why she is meeting other guys again and again and you cannot let go of her. Even she is treating you like shit. There's a reason for all of these uncomfortable situations with your twin flame and you still cannot let go of them. There is a big reason for that. And this is the only reason why things are not working out.
The way that you would like them to.
Because you don't know it. Maybe you heard about it and you thought it's not important. But it is important. Without knowing this, you will suffer your whole twin flame journey. Why do we know that? I suffered too, because I was not aware of it. And from year to year, the suffering became bigger and bigger. And the twin flame journey felt more uncomfortable and more uncomfortable. And I had no idea how I can change that. I tried different things, from therapy to shamanic workshops. Nothing really changed. I felt a little better, but just a short second.
Kind of like on the surface level.
Yeah, but there is a big reason for it. We found the solution to this fact on the twin flame journey, because kinda everyone is experiencing this on the twin flame journey. And there are a lot of twin flame talkers out there who talk about it hours and hours, but never give you a real solution, something that you can really do in your life. We have it. And we will share this with you in this video, because we would like to extend to you what we experience in our life.
Yeah, we would like to see your own twin flame story success too.
Exactly. And that is why we would like to repeat again, like we do in all in our videos, what is the twin flame relationship really about?
Yeah, and the one thing secret that will speed up things and make you have success in your union too. Like, why shouldn't you get to enjoy the perks of being with your twin flame in a loving relationship as well? So yeah, we will get to this secret tool that has helped us, but before we need to understand what twin flames really are, and I feel like this is a key piece. My journey did not improve until I learned this and I actually understood it, and that is that twin flames function as a mirror of each other. And all these situations that Paco was mentioning at the beginning, them blocking you, not responding to you over and over again, them cancelling plans last minute, them being with someone else or fooling around or never committing to the relationship, never giving the time of day, there's a reason for that. And we know it's very painful to feel this and be in this place where you would like it to see things work out with your twin flame so much, and you come to this point where you no longer know what to do because everything that you knew so far doesn't function. So understanding that twin flames function as a mirror of each other, and we are gonna get in a little more in detail as to what we mean with this, like they are mirrors, actually helps fast track your union and put an end to all of these situations that don't really feel good and actually are very draining. At least that was my experience, like spending hours looking at the phone, seeing if this person would like reply a message and getting crickets. That's not a nice experience. So what do we mean by twin flames are mirrors of each other? The twin flame connection has been created in such a way that twin flames help each other find places inside of them, like as human beings, as individuals, where we don't feel good about things in life, basically. We don't feel good about a person or a situation or a relationship. And these are all meant to point us to these places inside of us that maybe we've been trying to ignore more than paying attention, because of course they don't feel good. But it's not so that we can relieve a pain, because this is something very common that we see in the community a lot. Oh, the twin flame journey is so painful. That's not true. The pain was already there. What is happening, what is taking place with this mirroring effect is that we are being brought to become aware that this pain was there, and it's actually inviting us to make a choice. Do we want to feel better in this place and actually resolve these feelings or not?
Yeah, and that's exactly what we are inviting you here on the Twin Flames Embrace YouTube channel to find solutions in your twin flame journey, to find healing, to find a better feeling about your twin flame journey overall, and of course, coming together with them forever.
Yeah, because like life is very juicy with your twin flame, and even like you will experience challenges like in any relationship. No, like life is not extent of challenges and moments where you can be really uncomfortable, but the truth is that with this one tool that we are going to be sharing with you in this video, you can actually find an easier way to overcome this. And that's the whole idea, is that we can all have an easier journey towards our twin flame union.
And once you realize that this mirroring effect and these uncomfortable situations which are on the twin flame journey are not to
harm you, but to help you.
Exactly.
And they are not meant to last forever, of course. They are just an opportunity to heal, an opportunity to feel better.
Yeah.
And to call in more love. Who doesn't want to feel more love?
Exactly.
Then everything gets easier. And that's the purpose of it, is just to help us become aware of these thoughts. And it's mostly with how we feel about love. The reason why most of us don't experience being with our twin flame together, or many come to the community that we are part of, the Twin Flame Universe community in Facebook, that maybe they are with their twin flames, but they have these come and go, come and go, come and go situations where they can never really feel stable in the relationship. It's because there are being feelings that are not addressed. And if we are basically scared of being vulnerable and open with another person and experience a loving relationship, then we are going to be pushing this away. And this is probably one of the core reasons as to why you are experiencing the situations that we were mentioning before. There's a part of you that may be pushing this relationship, even though you want it so much. And by resolving all of this at the center of who you are, at the core of who you are as a person, as an individual, then having that relationship with your twin flame is gonna feel much easier and lighter. And you're actually like, oh, okay, you know what? I would like to work on this. Let's sit together and talk it out and find a solution as to how we can move forward as a couple, rather than kind of like both trying to go on its own ways about it and kind of like putting conditions or nagging. Nobody wants that. So there is a peaceful solution to being your twin flame union, to be together with your one true love, and is learning how to navigate that mirroring effect that's between you two, because oh boy, can be that uncomfortable otherwise.
Yeah.
Like we've experienced it in our union too. This wanting to like push and pull. I want you to do this way, and I'm like, I don't feel comfortable with that, but I want you to make it this way anyway. And I was like, no, it never really works. This connection works different to all the other relationships that we may be familiarized with. So how do we go about, like, we understand that there's a mirroring effect, that our twin flame is inviting us and vice versa, we invite them too, but what they do with that, it's up to them. We are only responsible for ourselves. Is like, okay, we are mirroring each other something. Now, how do I discover what that is? How do I know what they are showing me, and
how do I handle this?
How do I finally resolve this and like heal it in such a way that stops becoming a problem?
Exactly.
And there are, like, we mention in our videos the mirror exercise, and this is a tool that helps us identify through our feelings what is bothering us, because it's most likely something that we are doing to ourselves, a place where we are ignoring ourselves or our needs, a place where we are saying that we may not be enough to receive something, either love or an experience or whatever. Um, by addressing this, by learning how to cultivate that relationship with ourselves first, that loving relationship with ourselves first, this is what will naturally attract your twin flame.
And this 4-step tool, the mirror exercise, will support you from upset to upset to do exactly that. And this is the one thing that will attract your twin flame very natural and in truth easy. Even doing these steps is not always easy into your life. And these 4 steps are always the same. And
when applied consistently, it will bring results. Like, that's our experience so far. And it can be challenging, mirroring, like handling the mirror dynamic between you and your twin flame, because they are gonna love you unconditionally even when they are not aware that this is what they are doing.
For example, we give you I feel it's time for an example.
Okay.
We came together with the mirror exercise, and we had a challenge in our twin flame union now, as we felt it's time that we get engaged, because our desire is to marry, but before we marry we get engaged. And I had upsets with that, and she was nagging me.
I was not nagging.
Talking about it, and she triggered me in a very hurt place inside of me, as I never thought about getting married, to be honest. This was nothing in my mind, and so I got triggered in a very hurt place. And what did I do? Every time she was nagging me, I was not starting a fight with her. I knew there is something inside of me that needs my attention and love. And so I did the mirror exercise. Step 1, I am upset with my twin flame because she's forcing me to ask her to marry me. Step 2, I'm forcing myself to ask myself to commit to myself. And in the step 3, in the mirror exercise, I always the same. I ask myself, is that true? And there I give myself time and feeling to myself, where I'm forcing myself to commit to myself. Okay, there's a part inside of me who is forcing myself instead of just giving myself time and being patient. And so I'm asking myself, what do I need here that I stop doing that to myself, which is not nice. Yeah, okay. First of all, I let express it, and then, okay, I need patience, compassion. And this is the step 4 of the mirror exercise, where the healing takes place. And it's very important to give yourself time and all the love or whatever you need, compassion or patience you need. And with this process, I did it. Every time she triggered me in this place again, I loved myself. And it brought so much love into our union. You cannot imagine
God, it
how
feels
close
so good.
we feel.
We feel so much closer.
I was able to ask her this week, and it felt so good because it came from a 100% place of peace. I had stage fright.
Yeah, he was nervous when asking, but it was so sweet.
Yeah, but it felt so good. And I was not forcing myself to do it, because on the outside I knew this is the next step, but I was loving myself into this as the man in our relationship. And the mirror exercise was the one thing, this technique, which allowed me to
come to this point where you can actually take that step from a place, like we say, a peaceful place, a place that actually feels good to you, but not because you're trying to get high from it or you're trying to avoid something, but because this is the actual natural next step for you. And like Paco says that I was nagging. In truth, I was not nagging. In truth, I had come to this conclusion way before he was, but he needed space to process it. And this is what the mirror exercise and the teachings of union that we practice have allowed us to cultivate. This space where it doesn't matter who has the next piece. If the other person is not that like yet there, we can still hold like space. And of course I was doing my inner healing before. It's a long story and we share this in one of our blogs, but you can ask for that link in the comments, it's okay. And that allowed to like the whole thing to unfold very naturally without feeling pressure or forced. I knew we were gonna get engaged. I just gave Paco his time and like to process and come to his own conclusion without having to force, without having to nag, without having to argue, like nothing. And this will work for you too. You can come to this place in which you can build that relationship with your twin flame, in which you no longer need to be almost arguing to get anything from them, whether that's attention, a date, a phone call, a message, a favor, support, whatever. Because it starts within you. Your twin flame is another aspect of you, and I think this is a concept that many of us struggle with at the beginning of our journey, because we tend to see this person as something that is outside of us rather than another aspect of us. And it can be challenging. It's the twin flame journey will invite us to look into places where we are feeling deeply hurt and where we might be invited to take responsibility for certain choices that we made. And doing that is not always easy, and it's not always comfortable. And this is where support is very important. Like, we couldn't have gotten to this point without being supported as well.
Exactly.
Through our ascension coaching, we have our own ascension coach to help us through the thick of it. The teachings of union are also a great support system for us.
But you may ask yourself now, and these are common questions along the twin flame journey, is, yeah, but he's not speaking with me, or he's blocking me. This is a very important question. But the solution and the answer to this is, when you ask, yeah, what should I do? He's not talking to me, so like
great.
Our example.
Then you have a lot of time to focus on yourself, in your values in a relationship, what you like, what feels good to you, and from that space communicate that to the other.
And this is the mirror.
Exactly.
This is the mirror. There you can do the mirror exercise. I'm upset with my twin flame because he's not speaking with me. Step 2, I'm upset with myself because I'm not speaking with myself. Step 3 is the true. And then in step 4, you love yourself again. And being committed means that you do it again and again when you feel upset about this fact on your twin flame journey. And this will change things. Even it's not from one day to the other. I don't know how long it will last, but you will see changes as you commit to doing the inner healing work, as we call it.
Yeah.
And you can have support with that. You find all the links for that in the box below. But this commitment is what will change things on your twin flame journey. Not doing it one time and waiting a year. That's not how it functions. What function is, I don't feel good with the fact that he's not speaking with me. Then I mirror that every time it feels not good. And when it feels not good and you do the mirror exercise and you feel better and it's okay for you and you do things you like and you love yourself, like Deborah was saying, that you have time for yourself, do that. And a week later you are upset about it again. Yes, there pops in the commitment. And I am committed to my good feeling. And so I use this technique, and I hear it from Paco and Deborah on Twin Flames Embrace, and I just love myself there again.
Yeah. Commitment brings, persistence and commitment are the things that brings the results. So, yeah. How would it feel to pour all this energy that you're putting on them without getting any results? What would happen if you put it on yourself? I think that's a very good question. So, if you want to master your twin flame relationship, this is it. Master the mirroring effect between the two of you, and the results will just come out naturally. There's nothing to be afraid of. Your union is already there for you to receive it.